Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Noble, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my Fur Hire Tri-Brigade deck profile. So I had so much fun with the last one, the Tri-Brigade Harpy deck profile. I'd already actually had the Fur Hires in my mind even before I started working on the Harpy one. I knew this was one I wanted to do, and I've been playing around with it, and I really like this one a lot. It has really good synergy. It works really well. The ratios are a little flexible, so if you know, there's something that you see that you'd rather bump it down or maybe bump it up in this deck profile, you can do that. The ratios in this one, you can definitely do that. They are pretty flexible. Real quick before we jump into this, I do want to show off this beautiful Ghost Girls playmat that Omega Mats gave to me. Ghost Ogre is over there. You can't see her too well, but she is over there. Absolutely phenomenal. If you want a mat like this, you can use my code NobleChaos10 over on their Instagram or Facebook page. You can get 10% off your entire order, helping out the channel, and it helps you out and it helps them out. They get an order. So it works really great. They're also doing cloth playmats, which their cloth playmats are absolutely phenomenal. So if you're interested in that, in this art or any other art, they can literally make whatever you want. Check them out on Instagram or Facebook. I will link them down in the description below. Without further ado, guys, subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up and let's jump into this. So to kick off this deck profile, start off with we're playing triple Raphael Champion for Hire. Now, this is one of the ones I was talking about that's flexible. If you'd rather run this at 2, you could do that. I really like this. It is the built-in archetype boss monster for the Fur Hires. Well, one of them, I guess, technically. He's really cool. He has 2800 attack, 2200 defense. What he does is if this card is special summon, you can excavate the top cards of your deck equal to the number of Fur Hire monsters you control with different names, except this card, so he doesn't count. And if you do that, you add one card here. You add one of those cards from your hand to your hand, and then you shuffle the rest of the cards back into the deck. I don't know why I struggle so hard to say that. But when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can discard a Fur Hire card, and then you can negate the activation, and it's once per turn. It doesn't destroy, but does negate, so that's really cool. And he has a decent body at 2800 attack as well, on top of looking really cool. And on top of all this, the Fur Hires are really budget to begin with, so it's also just really helpful as well to kind of be able to throw Tri-Brigade in some of this budget, and it'd be pretty competitive and have fun with it. So next up, we're playing triple of arguably the best, normal summon of the deck. Triple Beat Bladesman for Hire. This card is really phenomenal. During your main phase, you can special summon one Fur Hire monster from your hand, except another copy of this card, which all the smaller Fur Hires do that. And then when the monster hits the field, basically they get another effect, pretty much is what happens. So what Beat does is if a monster Fur Hire is special summoned to your field while you control this card, except during the damage step, you can add a Fur Hire monster from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card. This card is phenomenal. It just gets you an extra summon and it gets you a search. It is a warrior, so it doesn't really help too much into the Tri-Brigade engine, but this card is so good by itself. We even play a Rhoda because of it, because we want to see another copy of this card as quickly as we can. I'm running triple Philo Messenger for Hire. This card might look wimpy, but this card is really great. During your main phase, you can special summon a Fur Hire monster from your hand, except another copy of this card. And then if a Fur Hire monster is special summoned to your field while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can target a Fur Hire monster in your graveyard and then special summon defense position, but then you place it on the bottom of the deck if it leaves the field. So really cool, just being able to Monster Reborn something straight from the graveyard. Which is really cool because this card already gives you an additional special summon from your hand. So you can really fill up the board quickly just with Philo. It is really helpful. This card is awesome. I'm running double Donpa Marksman for Hire. What this one does is same thing. You get an additional special summon during your main phase. And then when a monster hits the field, Fur Hire monster hits the field while you control this face-up card, you can target a face-up card on the field and destroy it, and you only use this once per turn. Next up, we're playing double Seal Strategist for Hire. This card is really great. Kind of flirting with playing this at 3. It's really good because when same thing, get an additional special summon. When a Fur Hire monster is special summoned to the field while you control this face-up card, what this one does is you can target a Fur Hire monster in your graveyard and then you add it back to your hand. So it has graveyard recursion as well. It's not as great as, special summon to the field, but sometimes you want, like if you have Raphael on the field, you want to get another Fur Hire monster in your hand so that you can have that negate live. So a lot of times that is really helpful, and sometimes it is better to bring it to your hand instead of putting it on the field. Again, if you wanted to run this one at 3, you could do that. I'm running a Bravo Fighter for Hire. He's really cool. In addition to giving you an additional special summon, you can have all monsters for hire monsters currently on the field gain 500 attack and defense until the end of this turn, which is really cool. He does help you go into some OTKs. Recon Scout for Hire does basically when a for hire monster hits the field, you can target a set card on the field and destroy it. I'm only running this one at 1 because people don't really set cards as much these days, and of course if you're doing rogue matchups, probably there will be more. You can maybe side another one of this if you wanted to, but me personally, I've found that just 1 recon, I'm pretty content with that. That's it for hire monsters. For the Tri Brigades, I'm still playing double Fractal, I believe is how you say it. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Then you send a level 3 or lower Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard. And then you can banish any number of those 3 types of monsters in your graveyard and special summon one of those 3 types of monsters, Link monster from your extra deck with a Link rating equal to the number banished. And you can only use those 3 type of monsters as Link material for the rest of the turn. I learned my lesson from the Tri Brigade Harpy one. If you haven't seen that one, I was saying Beast, Beast Warrior, Winged Beast like every 10 seconds, and I about gave out of breath. It was terrible. So what Tri Brigade Karas does, I'm playing double of him. I think Karas, I don't know how to say it. But you can discard one other of the 3 types of monsters, special summon this card from your hand, and then same thing, you can banish any number of 3 type of monsters, and then you can link summon one of the 3 type of monsters with a link rating equal to the number of banished monsters. You can only use this once per turn. So I'm opting to still play triple Nerval. If you wanted to run this one too, that's fine. That's totally fine. I know some people like doing that, but I really like him at 3 because the same thing, he can banish from the graveyard those 3 type of monsters, and you can link summon one of those 3 type of monsters with link rating equal to number banished. But the cool thing about him is, if this card is sent in the graveyard, you can add a Tri Brigade monster from your deck to your hand and set another copy of this card. And I really like that. That really helps with the consistency. That's why I'm running him at 3. Again, if you don't want to run the 3rd copy, you don't have to. That's fine. I'm running 1 Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. He's really good because if this card is in your graveyard, you can return 1 face-up card you control to the hand, and special summon this card, and then you take 400 burn damage. Like, ooh, 400 burn damage for a free Winged Beast monster on the field. Like, who cares about that? So this card is awesome in this deck. I do recommend you running this. And then for the hand traps, I'm just running triple Ash, just my hand trap of choice. If you want to run any of the other hand traps, you can do that. I just really like Ash. Maybe if my playset of alternate art, gold, maximum gold, Drolin Lock come in, I'd actually play that. But apparently I'm not meant to get that. So yeah, I'm running Ash until then. So that's it for the monsters. Let's move into the spells. So for the spells, I'm playing triple Tri Brigade Airborne Assault. This card is absolutely crazy. On top of looking just phenomenal, you target one of the 3 types of monsters you control, which are Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast if you have been keeping up. And then you special summon one of those 3 types of monsters from your deck in defense position with a different type and with an attack less than or equal to that monster. But its effects are negated until the end of this turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of this turn except link monsters, and it's a hard once per turn. But the really cool thing about this card, it's a quick play spell, so you can do it on your opponent's turn as well. So that is really awesome. This card it just helps out so much. I like it a lot. I think this card's gonna bump up in price eventually because it's really good in my opinion. I'm playing triple of the brand new Rookie for Hire. I wish it would have been a super rare at least, but it's cool. It's a quick play spell. What Rookie for Hire does is you tribute 1 monster, and then you special summon it for hire monster from your hand or deck, which is amazing, with a level whose level is 1 higher or 1 lower than the tributed monster had on the field, and then you cannot declare an attack the turn you activate this effect, except with for hire monsters. And you only activate 1 Rookie for Hire per turn. If you know summon from the deck, it's one of those powerful effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! This card allows you to do it, and it's not really hard to deal with the level difference either. I'm choosing to play 2 Mayhem for Hire. I really like this card because, again, quick play spells you activate during your opponent's turn is basically the built-in monster reborn for the archetype, because you target a for hire monster in your graveyard and you special summon in defense position. Yeah, it's in defense position, but that's fine because we can activate our opponent's turn as well. It's a hard once per turn, but this card is really good and I do like it a lot. I don't want to max out on it though. I did try that and I never used the 3rd one into a duel, so I bumped it down to 2, and 2 is pretty good because 1 you might wish you had had 1 more sometimes. For the one-ofs, I'm running 1 Rhoda, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 1-for-1. Again, we're playing Rhoda because Beat is a warrior monster that is a level 4. So this is basically our 4th copy of Beat because that card is crazy and we do want to see that as soon as we can. So moving into the traps, I'm running 1 Tri-Brigade Revolt. You special summon a number of those 3 types of monsters that are banished or in your graveyard but negate their effects. And immediately after this effect resolves, you link summon Tri-Brigade Link monster. Using only those monsters, you only activate 1 Tri-Brigade Revolt per turn. This card's really cool. I just think it's really awesome being able to link summon stuff like that on your opponent's turn. It's really cool. And then I'm just playing triple Imperm. I do know it got, I pulled a freaking place out of this. Isn't that crazy? I pulled a place out of this. But I do know this card is still at, you know, $22 even after the 19th freaking reprint of this card. Or, I mean, that's the exaggeration. I don't know how many reprints it's gotten, like 3 or 4, something like that. This card is still sitting at 20 bucks a pop. I know some people don't want to pay 60 bucks for a play set of this card, and I get that. So if you want to play, you know, maybe some Effect Veiler or something like that, you could do that. There are substitutes for this card. But if you do have Imperm, you can run it in this. And again, this is a road deck, so it's not like you have to have Imperm in this deck. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, I'm running double Tri-Brigade. I don't know how to say it. I'd say the Ominous Bird. That is what I say when I summon this card. He's really, really cool. Link for 2+ Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monsters if this card is special summon, or if another one of those 3 types of monsters is special summoned to your field, you can banish 1 card on the field, which that is non-targeting, non-destruction removal. Banishing 1 card on the field is some of the best removal in the game because it gets by so much protection. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one of those 3 types of monsters from your deck to your hand, whose level is less than or equal to the number of your banished Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monsters. And you can only use each effect, Tri-Brigade, Bird Boy, once per turn. This card is really cool, non-target, non-destruction removal. Has a really great floating effect where you can just straight up add something to from your deck to your hand. And by this point, if you have this card out, you'll probably have some stuff banished anyway. So you'll probably be able to get a decent level monster to your hand or something that you need anyway. I'm running double of the Baron Blossom one. So it's just, again, 2 Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monsters. This is Link 2 of the archetype. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster from your hand. Also, you cannot use monsters as link material for the rest of this turn, except those 3 types of monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can draw a card, then place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. You'll use each effect once per turn. So that is cool, a really cool floating effect. Just get to dig a little bit deeper into your deck. Yes, you do have to put something back on the bottom of your deck, but you have a choice because you got to draw something. So maybe it was something that you needed. And then I'm still running double of the Silver Sheller. If you wanted to bump this one down to 1, that's fine. I have actually used 2 in a duel multiple times, so at the moment I'm leaving it at 2. But it's not critical. You don't have to have 2 of this one. But it's Link 3 of the deck. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster from your hand or graveyard, but negate its effects and then also return it to the hand during the end phase. If this card is sent in the graveyard, you can make all monsters your opponent currently control lose 300 attack for each monster type you control until the end of this turn. Which that's really cool because especially within the Fur Hire deck, you can have a lot of different types on the board. So that can actually add up. So that I do like that effect as well. Again, if you wanted to bump this down to 1, that's fine. You could do that. Running double Falgo Justice for Hire, of course. I mean, this is a For Hire deck as well with a Tri-Brigade engine in it. So of course we're playing this card. I'm not maximizing this card because there is spots for something else I'd rather have. But 2 is pretty great. It's the Link. It's like the only Link for Hire monsters. But it's 3 monsters of different types, so it's easy as crap to get out in this deck. Falgo has some really cool effects. It cannot be used as link material if this card is link summoned. You can special summon 1 for Hire monster with a different type from the 3 monsters used for the link summon of this card from your deck in defense position, which a lot of times you'll just go straight into Raphael, or that's the one you want to go for because then you can have a monster negate at the ready as well. But if a card or cards you control, if a card or cards your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can draw a card. Then, if you have 3 or more For Hire monsters of different names, you draw 2 additional cards, which that's super easy to achieve in this deck. Like, you can be getting a ton of draw just after destroying something your opponent controls. I really do like this card. It really allows you to dig deep into your deck, and then being able to special summon Raphael straight from the deck is awesome, or any other for hire you want to special summon. But again, it does have to be different type than the ones that you use as the material from the link summon this card. So next up, I'm running one Relinquish Anima, just because of Philo. This card's great. This card is a freaking problematic Link 1 card. I've actually lost to it before. I'm running a IP, and then along with the IP, Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn. Just always great to have, you know, Unicorn bounce on your opponent's turn. And then a few Link 4s. I'm running a Boral Sword and Avermax. Avermax is just freaking amazing. I absolutely love this card. It's a $2 amazing boss monster, and it's one of my favorites. And then on the other side of the spectrum, I'm playing an access code. This one is not a $2 boss monster. It's more like a $70 boss monster. If you don't have an access code, that's fine. You do not have to play it. You do not have to have it to play this deck. You can run like one of the $5 Appaloosas instead, which is just crazy to me. Or you can run anything else you want to run. But yeah, guys, that is it for the deck profile. I do hope you enjoyed it. This has been a lot of fun. Like, I am having an absolute blast doing the Tri Brigade engine and a lot of different decks. Like, it's just, I'm like, okay, where's the next one? What else can be compatible with Tri Brigade? And I'm just trying to find other things. You might see some crazy deck profiles of me from Tri Brigade soon, but it's just been a lot of fun. I really like it. I was super excited when they announced the Tri Brigade archetype. I immediately thought about Harpies, but then I was like, hey, for hire too. It's just been a lot of fun, and I do recommend you guys picking it up. It's not too expensive unless the price has changed in the last week. I haven't really checked it this week, but last time I checked, the most expensive card was like that spell card. I think like $10 or something like that. But yeah, guys, that's it for the deck profile. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you're here, as I always say, and you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe. I absolutely love that. Hit the bell so you become part of the notification team. So you don't miss anything that goes on this channel. And if you watch this video and you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Not only does that make my heart very happy, which is I know that's why you tuned in this profile to begin with, but it also allows my stuff to circulate around YouTube, and that's really critical for me because I'm still a very small YouTuber. We're getting close to 2K, and that's insanely exciting. We're like 200 away now, and it's all thanks to you guys. I love you. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.